should have done the live stream and then the share, but it's still gonna work. Sometimes the controls at the top disappear, and I find this frustrating. Also, Will, I'm gonna make you a co-host in case like we get any Zoom bombers or anything, because Alex can't make it and Harlan's gonna be late. So I need someone who's responsible to just like keep out the trolls.
Sounds good.
But yeah, so I don't know. I got that. We've been so last night, the city of Quincy had a council meeting, and they presented. They had a consultant do a broadband master plan for their community, and so they're looking to do a fiber optic network across Quincy, and it's going to provide for I think around $50 a month gigabit service to all the residents. So everyone that's stuck with this whole work at home thing, if you're looking for your next place and you want cheap internet, Quincy may well be sort of the horse to bet on with this.
That's exciting. I would love to see municipal broadband go somewhere.
Yeah, well, we got a few Leverets already doing it. And then Norwood has municipal broadband, but it's maybe less than great compared to some of the others. And then there's a couple communities in Western Mass that are doing it, but they're very small scale. You know, it's like 1,000 folks that they're just kind of wiring up in those towns. So lots of good stuff. But given it is 7:05, I should get things started for everyone. So good evening and welcome to Code for Boston. Thanks to everyone that dropped by. I'm Matt, and I'm on the core team here at Code for Boston. And we also have our guest Will is going to be a co-host tonight. He's, of course, a longtime Code for Boston member and, our brigade liaison over at Code for America. So if you have questions, need help with anything, if there's a question your project leads can't answer, feel free to ask one of us, and we'll be more than happy to help. And if you want to learn about like more Code for America stuff, you can always send Will a message, and he is paid to think about Code for America and brigade things. So he will be more than happy to answer your questions. The way this is going to work is we'll have some opening announcements. I'll try and keep them quick. And then after opening announcements, we'll do project updates. And after project updates, new folks can stay in here. We'll do a little new member orientation. And everyone else that has projects can head off to hacking. So with that, just want to encourage folks to read our code of conduct at codeforboston.org. The gist of it is this is a respectful space, and I hope everyone does feel respected and respects each other. But if for some reason you don't feel respected, send me or Will or any of us on the core team a note, and we will take care of that. Next, I want to encourage everyone to connect with us through our various channels. The main one that I will highlight is, of course, the email newsletter, which goes out on Wednesday mornings, and I try and include all the project updates in there. If you are a project lead and you forget to include something during the project updates in the YouTube thing, you can also feel free to send me a note or links or whatever in Slack, and I'll make sure to include those. I just always forget to mention that, but I basically watch the recording of your updates and transcribe them, and that's how I get that in there. I want to encourage folks to RSVP on Meetup at meetup.com/codeforboston. That's how a lot of you found out about us. And so if folks RSVP, it boosts us in the Meetup algorithm, and more community members can find us and do some good with some code. I keep the latest Zoom updated at codeforboston.org/room/CFB. It is the same Zoom link or RSVP for the rest of this year. And then I will be updating it soon enough for next year's Zoom. And also just a little bit of a programming note on top of that. Next week on the 22nd, we will still be meeting. So I'll still have our regular hack night. However, we will be taking the 29th off. So I know a lot of folks will be, having a little post-holiday coma. Some folks might be traveling or that sort of thing between, the holidays and end of the year, or folks have time off of work. So just want to let folks know that we won't be having a formal hack night, but don't let that stop you. If you got nothing to do, if you're at home, you can still, hang out in Slack and code and all the fun things. And we will then reconvene on January 5th, hopefully with some new projects that we've been working on getting through the pipeline and approving. So we had a couple cool things I'm going to actually be following up on tonight. So thinking that we'll be launching one or two new projects in January. So if, the current roster is not exciting for some reason, feel free to check back with us in the new year. Also, if you're on Zoom and you're not on Slack yet, join us at slack.codeforboston.org. You can get your invitation. It is where a lot of the community activity happens and how you can say hello and get involved in our different projects. Also want to encourage folks to, before the end of the year, donate to Code for Boston. If you go to codeforamerica.org and go to the donate to a brigade link, you're able to make a donation to Code for Boston. And this year only, we have the option, or the federal government gives you the option of deducting up to $300 in cash donations to a nonprofit above the line. So even if you do not itemize your taxes, you would be able to deduct that from your income. And so if you choose to make that donation at Code for Boston, you would not be bearing the full cost of the donation. And we appreciate all the support that folks give. I would say most of our support comes from sort of medium-sized or semi-large sized donations that folks are making, along with, programs that folks access through their employers to support us. A lot of employers have match programs. So if your employer has, interest in sponsoring the meetup, doing a workshop, that sort of thing, please reach out to me and I will be more than happy to chat with you about how that works. And of course, thank you to all of you that have already donated this year. Your support does allow us to keep this going and, keep Code for Boston free to all our hardworking volunteers that attend. All right, so that project updates. Let's start with my city.
Hey everyone, tonight we have one pull request open for the city alerts intent, trying to improve that, make that a little bit more user-friendly. We're hoping to get that merged in tonight since it's one of our most popular intent skills. The other thing I just wanted to call out, Matt had shared with us a really good review that someone left on their own website. I guess it's this Vogo Voice, which is actually a voice assistant kind of like service, and they gave our app a pretty good review. So I will post it in the general channel for others to see.
Nice. And if you are gonna try the My City voice intents, feel free to go to Amazon and give it 5 stars as well. And if you don't want to give it 5 stars, then just tell Jamie why it's not 5 stars and he will make it a 5-star app for you. All right, next is Safe Water.
Hey, this week we're starting to survey, do some user testing rather, for our dashboard for the reporting of the CRWA's water samples. It looks really good. It's super sleek, super modern. And we're also doing some more database related stuff for the flagging app. We're not taking new members tonight as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Dan. Next is Job Hopper.
Yes, so we are doing some final tests on our API, testing the form. We reviewed our UX again last week, responding to the discussion the week before. And so we're thinking that we might have the back end and the front end connected by next week, meeting the end of our sprint. And hopefully it'll be up in testing, just like Safe Water and Voice. So it's moving right along. We'll have a
Awesome.
Christmas present for our stakeholder team.
Beta testing for all the people. I love it.
Right.
Plug along.
So looks like we have a pull request to review tonight. I think we'll also probably look at some state restoration for the app. And there will probably also be some App Store related paperwork that we do tonight, or digital paperwork. New people are always welcome, and try to make you feel at home. We won't necessarily catch you fully up, but we'll at least give you a foot in the door. So find us.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian. Clean slate.
Yeah, so some of our members are out tonight for holidays, or there's a Code for America record sealing event going on. But the app team will be working on researching and deciding between two possible paths for going forward, adult sealing or a tool to help people understand their core records. And our data team is putting some final touches on communication with our partner so we can figure out where we're at with answering the questions after doing an initial data analysis.
Sounds good to me. And last but not least, anyone here from Windfall Awareness?
Yep, I think my mic's working. So I'd just like to give a little shout out to Clean Slate. Thank you again for participating in the Code for America Network event that's tonight. That sounds really excellent, and I'm glad we're sharing our learnings with the national side of things. Anyhow, the Windfall Awareness Project last week had a pretty large mob programming session, and we kind of overcame 3 different issues, many of which were to do with React hooks and state management. And this week we will be getting our tests working again, going from red to green, and then kind of reviewing a few pull requests. So if React hooks and WebAssembly is what you're looking to do, we also have a pull request for WebAssembly. So welcome and to Windfall Awareness and the Social Security Project.
Great. Thanks, Thad. So with that, new folks should stay in here, and in the next couple of minutes, we will get started with new member orientation. Everyone else, thanks so much for coming out tonight, and